man.
Well, I like what Klopp said. He goes, I can't worry about what they're doing. I got to worry about what we're doing.
Yeah.
So that's and that's for any team really. You can't worry about what the next person's going to do. I mean, there was a lot of a lot of the boards. Were saying I went on the Chelsea board, I went on the Liverpool board, and they're all hoping oh yeah, we're going to do this and we need that, and nobody's going to help anybody in any league. It looks like, and so you gotta. You gotta fend for yourself. So
Well, t- talking about that right now, you were saying Everton.
Everton.
Everton played like Everton plays, and they ended up losing to City 2-0. But they were benching some other good players.
Mm-hmm.
Was it because they were trying to throw it at Liverpool, throw some shade at Liverpool, like fuck you guys, I'm gonna let City just beat us so they could get those 3 points, or do those players really need that rest?
I think that when you bench your best players against a contending team like that, you're not doing it to rest players, especially because you're not, Everton right now is not doing too well, and that coach of theirs is on the hot seat right now too. So let's
Exactly. When I saw that, they were saying that Brazilian guy that snubbed Liverpool wasn't playing, and another guy with that they were supposed to be like their talisman players, and they were benched. I'm like, that makes no sense.
Yeah, it makes no sense. And it was funny because they were commentating today on the commentators were commentating, which is what they're paid to do. Yeah, they mentioned. I
don't know why they pay Alexi Lalas, but that's another thing.
That's another story. But they were mentioning that United players, when they face City, are they going to go for it and try to get into the top four and try to beat City? Or are they going to sit there and say, fuck it, we're not going to let Liverpool win?
That's pretty hard, but I'd rather play against City and beat City because it's the local rivalry.
Right.
But then you have that rivalry against Liverpool and catching up on your championship.
Exactly, because if Liverpool wins, then that's one. They're only one behind. And like the song said, the future's so bright, you got to wear shades.
I'd rather play against City. Get that top four, because right now they cracked the top four.
It's getting exciting on top of that league and stuff. So we'll see. They you're kind of hoping as a Reds fan, you're thinking, all right, Klopp's been through this before. Maybe he can settle the guys down. And I mean, the performance yesterday was pretty good. They're coming back from injuries. Trent Alexander came back, and
he played.
Yeah, he played a part of the second half. So you're starting to get your team back now, and so. Let's see if they can pick up on that momentum that they were having before going into they kind of hit this lull. It's the whole thing about soccer, the durability of a long season like this. It's pretty. It shows now the depth of all these teams. City and because City had to survive without De Bruyne for a while.
Okay.
And they kept up. Yeah, they were So it's interesting to see these two teams going at it. Hopefully with full squads, and at this point, I guess you got to say that but you can't count Tottenham out. And I said that that's a two-edged knife for me, because I'll give you my opinion on Tottenham. Tottenham always makes things interesting, but for some reason they find a way to choke. And if you're and right now they're Harry Kane-less.
Yeah, pretty much. They're still winning. They got Song.
Yeah, they got Song, and Song's on fire. But sooner or later that fire is going to die out. Yeah. And if you're just sitting there trying to ride on his coattails, you're asking for too much. You're hoping for Kane to come back. I saw a video of him training, and it looks like he's
he said he's not ready for a couple more games.
Yeah, it looks like he's ready to at least just train and do what he's doing. But
they lost also. What's his name? Ali or Dele Ali?
Dele Ali, yeah,
he's gone too.
Yeah, but he has a bigger injury. I think isn't it a hamstring or something?
No, ankle too. I think it's a ligament.
Ooh, well, I guess we ain't gonna see any more hand gestures after he scored for a while. We'll miss you.
I don't know what
But that's the thing. You have to be able to replace these pieces with competent players, and that's what both City and Liverpool have done. They in those lulls, they've dropped points, but they haven't really lost or got their ass kicked. They've kept up with each other, and that's going to be an interesting thing as we head on into the finish line. The finish line, Ran. So United wins. They beat the powerhouse Fulham. Everybody's loving Ollie right now because
and they took Arsenal's favorite spot away.
Yes, they did.
Which, fourth place.
Yes, Arsenal. That's right. And Arsenal, of course, beat. Well, you can't blame Huddersfield. They played 2 games in a row, 2 days in a row. They played yesterday against Arsenal, lost 2-1, and then I'm sure they were very tired from that game to play, City today. Oh, wait a minute, I'm sorry, that's Chelsea.
Yeah, that was a pretty bad game.
Yeah. So yeah, that's where we're at. Let's look at the standings for the Premier League, and give me your comments along the way. The bottom 3. Woo! Huddersfield with 11 electrifying points.
Yeah, a couple of games left.
Yep.
How many games are 10 games left or
Something
11?
like 13, I think, or less.
It's 37 or 38.
38, I believe. 38. So then you have Fulham, who was just ascended, might be going back to the championship. Yeah, they ascended this year. I bet they're about to go back now.
Yeah, about to go back.
Yeah, hey boys, miss us. All right, number 18, Southampton at 24 points. Now they're tied with those are your bottom 3. The only thing that's separating Newcastle and Southampton are 4 goals.
Oh damn!
Yes.
Who has more? Newcastle.
Yeah, Newcastle's at 17. Now Newcastle, to their credit, and see, this is where you got to give it up to Benitez. They haven't played bad. It's just that they either choke it in the end or it's been one of those things. It's like, I bet you he sits there on the bench going, what do I have to do?
No, he has no Champions League, which he was always had a hard on for.
Yes, and here's another thing about it. This is, and I want you to all your kids out there who are listening to learn this. When you sell your soul to the devil to win a Champions League title, you end up in teams that get relegated.
He was with somebody else before that, no?
He was with I forgot what team he was on, but then they hired him to come and help out with at Newcastle. Then Newcastle descended, and then he brought him back up. Yeah,
he's a good coach.
He is a good coach, but he doesn't have a good team right now.
No, he doesn't.
He's got a very young team. It's the thing, and his complaint is that right now Newcastle is in the midst of being sold, maybe not, and they're not spending any money. Well,
they spend money on that Atlanta United player, I think.
Yeah, but come on, is that guy going to be your savior? That's the thing. That's the thing. He wanted players. He wanted people to come in and stuff and during this winter period, and nothing going. And he's been saying we need to spend money to survive. Otherwise, we're going back to the championship. Yeah. And if they do go back to the championship, don't expect Newcastle to come back the next season because I don't think Benitez stays. He gave them the commitment that he would bring him back up to the championship to the Premier League, and they're not committing to him by giving him players. So
that's unfortunate.
Yep. So he's going bye. Maybe expect him to be the next Chelsea manager.
Yeah,
there you go. That or somebody spread around your favorite Wagner.
Ooh.
Winner. Yeah, imagine that.
Chelsea?
Yeah, imagine that.
What coaches are that don't have a job? And Mourinho going back to Chelsea for the 3rd time?
Shit. I doubt that.
That'll be funny.
All right, 17, 16, and 15 are the aforementioned Newcastle, Cardiff, and Burnley. From those things, only 3 points separates everybody. There are 24 points for Newcastle, 25 for Cardiff. Burnley, what say you?
Burnley. That's a team that should be not in the Premier League, but...
Yeah, well, there you go. But you know what? They're going to probably, if things stick like this, they're going to stick around for another season.
Yeah, cool.
Yep. People in Burnley, you're welcome.
Right.
All right. 14, 13, and 12 are Brighton, who I thought would be lower, but hey, Brighton, Crystal Palace, and the former champions Leicester.
Yeah, whatever happened to them. They were pretty good today. They just faced Tottenham, and they have Vardy. That's the only guy that's out front.
Well, Vardy made it interesting for a little bit, but
then I was looking at that breakaway that Song had, and I see this guy running behind them. I'm like, I kind of know that guy. It's former Man United player Johnny Evans.
Yes.
And he sucks. He sucked then, and it looked like he sucks now.
Yes. Some people, no matter where you send them, they suck.
I never liked him. I don't like Chris Smalling. I don't like.
Come on, dude. Chris Smalling is the future.
Even what was that guy from Chelsea that stole his brother's wife or some shit. Oh, that's Ryan Giggs. My bad, wrong one. He stole the right back's wife, and then he got.
Yeah, that was the defender, right? What's his name? I hated that son of a bitch.
Yeah. I thought he was overrated. I thought he was really good.
John something or other. It'll come to me.
I forgot his name, but I always thought he was overrated.
All right, here we go. Next three: Bournemouth, West Ham, and Everton.
West Ham?
West Ham's at number 10. They're in the top 10.
Chicharito's team?
Yep, all those three teams are tied. The differential in goals they're all at 33 points. Everton has a 3-goal differential over West Ham, and West Ham has a 3-goal differential over Bournemouth. 8-7-6 are Watford, Wolverhampton, and the now defunct. Well, I wouldn't say defunct.
Wolverhampton, isn't it Wolverhampton?
Well, I say Wolverhampton. Whatever.
He said Wolverhampton.
Well, I said Wolverhampton because that's a city I'm going to create. Wolverhampton and the now demolished Chelsea at number 6.
I know that was pretty bad. That was a beating.
It was pretty awful, man. I'm sure Chelsea fans are right now regretting the fact that team even exists. They're probably going, "What the hell?"
Well, they didn't exist then. They only have 10 years. They were reborn with
Mourinho, who everybody hates, and
he's a douche.
Well, Mourinho walks off the field when he was with United in his last game, and he's sitting there pointing at the crowd, going, "I gave you 2 championships. Love me."
Yeah, not for Man United.
No, there you go.
Well, he gave him what? The Carlington Cup, or
no? He gave
the
you
Europa?
guys. No, he gave you the Europa Cup. The Europa, the one that Ferguson despised with a passion, and said that is not a championship. That is a bullshit trophy. But there were the United fans jumping up and down when that happened. Woo, silver!
That's right. That
was your favorite, right? 5-4-3 are Arsenal, who dropped. Well, they didn't drop points, but they got kangarooed by Manchester United, who now leads them by a point. The goal differential there is only 1 goal. And number 3, Tottenham, who is 9 points clear of Manchester. Now, the top 3 are, of course, Tottenham. Liverpool drops to second today on goal differential. Yeah. And City takes first place. Yeah, they got 1 more game than Liverpool. They're tied in points. Goal differential between Liverpool and City is 10. The goal differential between Tottenham and Liverpool is almost 20.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it's 17 at the time. So the top 3 as far as points go, you got Tottenham at 60, you got Liverpool and Manchester both at 65
points.
That's in the points. The points differential at that point. So yeah, man. So it's getting interesting, especially with that dismantling that we saw today, and again, both teams coming back to full strength. You got Tottenham waiting for Harry Kane to come back, and if they do, it's going to be interesting. I think they're going to miss Ali for a little bit, but that let's see what their schedule. Well, not the schedule, but let's see what next week's schedule in the Premier League goes.
Like the next 3-4 games, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Let me see.
So they're going to have of course a week off, because everybody plays Champions League this week, I believe.
Is it? It's back?
Yes, sir. All right. So on February. So here's your schedule. You're gonna love these. Tell me what your thoughts are going into these scheduled matches. On the 22nd, when the Premier League comes back, you're going to have 2 matches, 2 barn burners. Cardiff versus Watford.
And West Ham and Fulham.
Yes, sir.
I saw that.
Yeah. On the greatest guy that ever lived's birthday, that would be me. Burnley Spurs. So Tottenham should take that one, I think. It looks like they're playing at Wembley, which reminds me, I read an article that said that Tottenham is going to probably not see their stadium till next year.
Oh, wow. Yes, well, they should. Might as well just open it up with the beginning of the season.
There you go, right? And then the other game, of course, is Bournemouth Wolves. Same day on the 23rd, you got Newcastle versus Huddersfield. Again, a game that probably Newcastle should take, because Huddersfield hasn't shown anything, dude.
No, I haven't watched them.
I've seen a couple of the games. They're just like a bunch of lumbering dudes running around, going like confused as